Good morning, friends. It appears as though today's a navy blue day. What do I mean by that? Well, look at my beautiful cup. Yeah, my son is engaged and his fiance got this coffee cup for me. Isn't that beautiful? I really wish I could do a print of that. Oh, I love it. Anyway, and a little bit of black coffee. Hey friends, it's Dawn with For Grace Creations, and a few things today. Remember yesterday I had said that I'd come back today and show you how to take just junk material. Frankly, this was an old pillowcase that I cut apart, and I thought I'd show you what we can do to spruce this up if you don't have any, fabric that you think is amazing. We can make it. So go grab some scrap fabric. Maybe you have a pair of pants that are too small, a bed sheet that you just don't ever use, maybe an old pillowcase, old sweatshirt, whatever you've got, just grab that. And then I wanted to show you, this is a small bag. I found a new art shop in the town next to me, and I got a few things. I thought I'd show you what I got. I got a metal palette knife because the one I've been using is plastic. Don't get me wrong, it's fine, but it's from a kid's paint set. Just like my paintbrush that I use for splatters, it's from a kid's paint set. Does it work? Yes. Was it under $5? Yes. Was it a huge set of things? It was. So it worked, but I had a little bit of spending money, so I got myself a real splatter brush and a real palette knife from this little art store, and two other things. I got some quinacridone red. Oh, I'm so excited to use this. This is acrylic paint. And then I got a bottle of gesso. I've never seen this kind. I thought I'd try it. I haven't even opened it yet, but I thought we could try it. I typically use the handmade stuff. I did a video recently about making your own gesso and texture paste, and don't get me wrong, it works just fine, but I thought I'd try this because it was very reasonably priced. So then we have this bag that it all came in, and let's see, how big is it? Well, a little bit bigger than my hand, where yesterday's was a huge bag. Mine was from Target. So what are we gonna do with this one? Oh, by the way, I'm not giving you measurements because I'm trying to show you that you can use any size paper bag. But remember, just like yesterday, what we'll do next is turn it upside down, and we want to pull apart the bottom. And I had started to pull this apart just to make it quicker. There we go. And then we just want to fold that in. Okay, and how long are we? Well, it's not that big. Let's see. We are not even 2 hand lengths. I don't know. I'm not measuring. And I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, okay, here's what I think I'll just do. I'm not going to measure at all. I'm just going to take my scissors, and along this, do you see that fold line? It used to be the bottom of the bag. In order to make sure I cut a straight line, I'm gonna go ahead and just cut on that line, and we will get rid of that in the recycle. And voila, I'm not gonna do any other cutting. This is going to be my journal. The inside, obviously, of the fabric. Now, you could come and glue it all together if you want to. I'm not going to, because again, I'm going to, in the end, I'm going to end up sewing around it. So this here will end up going like this, right? You line the sides up, and you can squash that middle, and that will be where our signature goes, right in the middle. And it's going to be, a small journal. But we need our fabric, right? Okay, so let's work with that next. So, oh, and I did pull off the handles of that bag, just I don't use them. I will save these, maybe use them in a different project. So what do we need now? Okay, your scrap fabric. That is what I have. Now I want to show you what I did with one half of this. Let's see, can I zoom out? I can. So this is what I have done to half of the pillowcase. And what is it? It is just acrylic paint and different stamps, as well as random items, because, you know, some people don't have stamps. So, you know, maybe you've got some corrugated cardboard, you know, or maybe you've got bubble wrap. What about, I used this. It was supposed to be some sort of a, it's plastic, Dollar Tree, maybe to set on your counter and put hot things on. I don't know. Clearly I use it for painting. Or maybe, you know, you want to make some circles and you have an old medicine bottle. You could use that. Shoot, you could use rumpled up paper towels, foil. Anything can make marks, literally. So this is one that I've done. Now I wanted to show you how I did this kind of a thing. We're going to set this aside. I have a gel plate here, and that's just to put my paint on to, you know, so it doesn't get, well, too much more on the table. You don't need a gel plate for this. Maybe a silicone mat, a piece of wax paper, maybe a cereal box liner, you know, that holds your cereal. Just something so that, not a paper towel. You don't want it to absorb, the paint to absorb in it. Just something so that you can work with your paint. Does that make sense? I hope it does. I'm kind of thinking, instead of doing this whole big, huge thing, what I think I want to do is I actually want to cut the fabric that I need ahead of time. And so I think what I'll do is I'm just going to set this here. I'm going to leave a little space on the edge and a little space at the bottom, and then a little space at the top, just so that this fabric, you know, it comes off of the page, this paper bag, a little bit on each side. And then I'm going to rip all the way down till, well, I got to this little portion I can't rip anymore. And I'm going to set this aside. And then here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and lay this on here. And then I'm going to go ahead and, I think you know what I'll do? I'm going to go ahead and rip that. Okay, and then I want a piece this exact same size. So I'm going to lay this out again, put this on top, make a little chop, and rip. So now we have the two pieces that we need for our little journal. Now, you know, you could iron this. Am I going to? No, I'm not. Should I? I don't know. Maybe. I mean, it could help, but I'm not going to. I'm not going to do it. But I think what I will do is I'm going to take some paper towel and actually put it underneath. I've already made a mess of my table. I don't need to make it worse, right? Acrylic paint will eventually come off my table. I just have to scrub, and I haven't done that yet. Woo, coffee. Is anybody watching this in the morning drinking coffee? What's your go-to coffee in the morning? If you don't drink coffee in the morning, what do you drink? That's my question. All right. Since this is navy blue, not a lot of colors are going to show up on this, but I know white will, right? So I think what we'll do is I'm going to start with just some white acrylic paint. It's almost gone. And I'm going to, oh, get it. Sorry, it sounds like an empty ketchup bottle. I'm just going to get it, oh my, on my plate. It's about gone. And then maybe zoom in a little. And then I am going to use this brayer, but if you don't have one, just use a paintbrush, because I'm just going to kind of spread this a little bit. And I thought what we could do is just some mark making. I'm gonna put that upright, and let's start by trying our corrugated cardboard. I don't know what you call this, cardboard with the lines. And I'm going to paint this piece of cardboard and then just press it down on that fabric and see what we get. That's kind of cool. Can you see that? And maybe we'll do, oh, I've got fabric coming off. Maybe we'll do it again. And we'll just go maybe over here and over here. There we go. We've got some lines now with our cardboard. Next, let's use this pill bottle, and we'll just tap it into the paint. Ooh. Ooh. I likey. Yeah, okay, so we've used our pill bottle. Now what? Let's just do a little bit of bubble wrap, and I'm just gonna cut off a corner just because it's easier to use when it's smaller. And then I think what I'll do is I will tap it in the paint and tap it on there and not go back in the paint. Yeah, I like that. Maybe we'll do a little more. Come on. This is folded over. There we go. Okay, now I'm gonna use one of my PM Artist Studio stamps. I don't know what one this is. I can link PM Artist Studio down below, and you can scroll through their foam stamps. But really, any stamps will work. It's just I was given this as a gift a while back, and I don't know what stamp it is. And we'll use that. Now, I will tell you, if you use these PM Artist Studio stamps, after you use them in acrylic paint, you do need to set them in water. So I have just a little water with some dish soap in it, and I just let this sit till I'm done with my project. Okay, and then let's see, why don't we try this one? It is, I can tell you, it is Froyle's stamp. Some sort of words, I don't remember what it is, but let's unfold that. Just turn it, and we're just getting a little script on there. And maybe down here. And then maybe over here. Oh, who cares? Let's go over here too. Okay, and then this needs to go in some water. And maybe this one. Oh, I should roll that paint out, and then I can roll it on here. There we go. Trying to get it wet. Maybe this one. And then down here. I want to try these blues. I don't know if they'll show up or not. We'll find out. Okay. Yeah. Oh, that's kind of a greenish. All right, well, maybe we can mix them. See what we get. Interesting. Okay, and I've got this circle. Maybe we'll try this. And these are called nesting circles. There's like, I don't remember, 4 or 5, however many, and they're in different sizes. This just happens to be the one I have sitting next to me. Oh. That's fun.
That pan on the stove in front of the fan for a little while, and I'll come back and take care of it.
Okay.
So it doesn't smoke up.
Cool. I'm loving it. And then, of course, this needs to go in our water. And I'm thinking maybe, should we add some of this? Let's see what happens. I have no idea. But that's quite the plop of red. And maybe if we mix it some. Ooh, we're getting a fabulous purple. Oh my goodness. Okay, let me just wipe this off. Let's go on the back. Oh yeah, it is a fabulous purple. I don't know if it's gonna show up on this or not. I actually don't know if I want purple on there. I mean, I suppose we could try it. Let's try it. I'm gonna get this matte thingy. I'm gonna lay it down here, and I'm going to get my fabric and lay it over top. Let's just see what happens. And then you press down, and then you do need to get your fingers and press in all those little holes in order to get the paint out. Now, maybe you have a stencil, and you could use a stencil for this, but I was just trying to do it to show you could use other supplies around your house, you know, that you don't have to go buy supplies. Okay, it is kind of faint, but you know, it's there. I actually think that's kind of cool. Yeah. Oh my gosh, it's fabulous. Cute. I like it. I don't know about you. All right, now, what am I gonna do with this? Well, I think I'll take this off and set it aside. And I'm gonna leave this to dry. And I will come back, I think, with like maybe a white over that. And then I'll put a piece of paper down and pull this print. That's what I'm thinking. So for now, let's see if I can move us over a little bit. And these are a little damp, but that's okay. And what we'll do is we'll take our bag, and now I'm gonna use a glue stick, but remember, it's because I'm gonna go around the edges with a sewing machine when I'm done. If you don't have a sewing machine or you don't like the look of sewing around the edges, just make sure you use a good glue, like that's for fabric, maybe a Beacon 3-in-1 or Beacon's Fabri-Tac or Fabri-Fix. And then, or you know what, Elmer School Glue. Just get lots of PVA glue all over it. And you'll have to obviously make sure you wait till it dries, and it will take a little while. But I'm just gonna use this glue stick, and I'm going to take my fabric here. Oh, I need to decide. No, I don't have to decide what's front and back yet. I'm gonna turn it upside down, and I'm gonna take my bag and center it on there. There we go, and then glue. And this glue is just to hold it down so that when I go to sew it, it doesn't try and run away. And then I'm gonna place this on top, trying really hard to attempt to center it as best as possible. Press it down. And then our paper bag is in there, and I'll just go around the edges and sew it so that you cannot see there's a paper bag in there. And then if you notice, I did not get it on straight, and that's okay. I can come back and I can do some trimming. Or I can pull that over, maybe. Yeah. Anyway, I do have some trimming to do. And because nothing is, you know, specifically directional, I can do whatever I want. Now, I wish I'd thought ahead and done this right here with that flower where it was gonna be on the front. Because no matter how I do it, it's on the back. But you know what I could do? If it goes like that, I could come back in and do one right here. That is an option. Should I do that? I don't know. I want to let this dry, and then I will go ahead and sew around the edges, and then I'll decide. Do I want to do more stamping, use different stamps? What do I want to do? But for now, there you go. Now, when you're building your signatures, you know, your papers that go inside of this, you're just going to need to make sure that they're smaller than your cover. There we are. So I will be back tomorrow, and I will, maybe the next day, I'm not sure. Anyway, we'll work on our 2 paper bag journals a little bit more. And then I've got a couple other things to show you. Boy, I have a list of fun. I'm wondering if you want to, we're done with that part, but if you want to see me pull this, you could stick around. And I think, can I zoom in, move this over, and, oh boy, let's see here. What do we have? If we upside down it, oh, you can't really tell because my plate has stuff on the bottom. Whatever. Anyway, I'm gonna grab a piece of paper. What do I want? I think I'll get, oh my goodness, I'm trying. Okay, I've got a couple pieces of just regular printer paper. I think it's 32-pound hammer mill paper, if I remember correctly. So I've got a few pieces of that. And let's see, do we want to do white? I mean, the background on the paper is white. I don't, what do we want to pull this with? Oh, gosh, that is a tough one. I'm thinking white, but I'm looking through my paint colors. Maybe we do this blue instead. Let's try it. Get a little paint on there. And when you're gonna go to pull a print off a gel plate, you don't want a ton of paint. You want a light layer, but it's the weirdest thing, you guys. Blue paint dries fast, faster than any other color. There's something in it, and I don't know what or why. All right, so then we're gonna put the piece of paper down and rub, giving a little pressure. Now, if you don't have a gel plate and you wanna try gel plate printing, and you don't have the funds to buy a gel plate, go in your kitchen, look and see if you have a silicone baking mat, because that will work very similar. Not exact, but very, very similar. And we're just making sure we rub all over. And then we can peek and see if it's gonna come up. It is. Not all of it, and that's okay. Oh, wow. And this could be a fun page to go into the journal cover. Wouldn't that be a fun one? Yeah, I love it. Now, if we wanted to get the rest off of here, we could put this blue away and maybe grab a different color. What if we tried, oh yeah, my white is gone. Well, let's just try the Dollar Tree white. It's really thin. I don't know how well it'll pick up what's on the plate. I don't know. We can see. Who knows, it might be fabulous. This paint seems to have a lot of water in it. I also have a hair on my plate. Okay, well, let's just see what happens. Put that down, give it a good rub. I think I'm gonna go ahead and get paint off the brayer, which that's kind of fun. Anyway, give it a good rub. Now, let's see. Still didn't pull everything up, but look. Oh my gosh, that's yummy. Wow. All right. There's still all kinds of stuff on here. Clearly this is not a good paint to pull with. So now I am going to go very randomly and grab purple. What color of a purple? Petunia purple. And this is, I think, from Walmart. I don't know, it's a cheapo. Oh, and I have never used it. So let's just put some on the plate. I don't know if that's enough or not, but we'll see. I don't think so. I think it needed a little more. We'll pull this, and then we'll be done. All right, ready? Place that down there. Give it a good rub. It might be that there's enough paint on this gel plate that in order for it to come off, I would need to do what I'm doing here now and then let it sit for maybe, I don't even, maybe an hour. I don't know. Who knows? Okay, let's see what we get. Yeah, it still left some. However, look, Oh, again, another fabulous page. Woohoo! And, you know, it's kind of blank in there. We could get the soapy water off.
I'll check the blanket baby
Go
was
like
on last night.
this. Okay.
I'm not sure what time she started.
And we need to let that dry. Yep. All right. So I will see you tomorrow. Bye, guys.